Any questions?
Is your after-school program, is that the one that also is at Galen?
Yes, so the one that's called after school program, that's the one that has to be licensed with the state because it's ongoing care. So we have that one at the Y we have a license for, and then at Galen we have a license for. So those they have to actually register for, fill out all the state forms, have to be licensed. The early out care, it's just sporadic days. So those we just call it the early out program, and those are at the public elementary schools, just on the early out days.
I asked because I
Yeah.
know that with my cyclists, we'll do the bike rodeo.
Yeah.
And we'll partner with you, but are we gonna wanna do 2 locations? 1 day, 2 days? You know, just think about that.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah, because last year was really fun. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Any other
Do
questions?
you have any problems recruiting part-time lifeguards in the summer? For a while there, it seemed like we really struggled.
This past summer, and it was my first summer here, but we were fully staffed, like in a way that we could offer lessons to our capabilities, do private rentals, fully staff it. So he had a good group last year, and I think a lot of them were young and will come back. We might have lost a handful of college age guards.
Right.
But Jack, our aquatics director, can host trainings now. He can train lifeguards, so he'll probably do another one in the spring and get a whole batch of kids again.
WSI instructor.
Yeah, he can do both.
Okay.
So they're separate trainings, but he can train for
Because I know that summertime has always been kind of a give and take struggle for filling those positions.
Yeah.
Didn't know where you were at on it, so.
This summer was great, but we also increased our rates a little bit. I
Right.
think that helped. They were around like the 9 or 10 an hour, and you're not gonna get a high schooler to like stand and save lives for that amount of money. So we
Right.
upped it a little bit, and I think that helped. So
Are they allowed to do private lessons on their own like they used to? Or not?
like what do you mean alone?
Your guards, are they allowed to take on private lessons, like if their mom's friends with Mary and Mary's daughter wants private lessons?
Technically, no. It would be a conflict, but I can't say that happens without us
Well, I'm
knowing
not
it.
trying to trap you, but
Nope.
my daughter used to make a fortune doing private
Yeah.
lessons.
I think it happens under the table, but we
It
don't.
was always allowed, so that point, but now the last thing is, so your indoor pool's getting used quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and you've increased the usage of it and stuff.
Yes, early lap swim.
Do we still shut down?
Between like 1 and 4 now are the only
No, I
times.
meant time of year.
Yes,
April 1st.
April.
April till.
End of April, so we close down end of April so we can get the outdoor pool ready.
Okay,
And then we're open there in the summer and then open back up in October.
cool, thanks.
Yeah. Right now it's pretty poppin'. We have about 20 kids on the swim team. So when they practice, it's really hard for people to also come in and swim. Ian, there's only 3 lanes, so.
Yeah,
Starting to outgrow it a little
Can
bit.
they host events?
Hmm?
They can't host events though here, can we?
Not officially,
I
but
didn't
they'll
think
do
so.
some swim meets where they'll invite like the South Sioux team and they'll just have like a practice meet.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Anything else? Thank you, Jackie.
Thanks, Jackie.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
Good.
Lori French, Executive Director for the Mars Chamber of Commerce. We were busy. Thanks. Just kidding. I'll try and make this fast. We started the year off being accredited for the Main Street program for 2023. We've completed 3 out of the 4 quarterly reports are required for Main Street. Had a conference that we attended in Marion and then in Sioux City. I went to the Iowa State Fair to promote Lamar's with Beth Meyer from the Wells Visitor Center and Ice Cream Parlor, and then with Jessica Brown Miller from the city. And then the Main Street requires us to have different committees, so we do that. The promotions committee met 10 times during 2023. We held indoor crazy days in January, a sip and shop in May, ice cream day, scavenger hunt in June. Crazy Days was ran by Michelle Bongars with our assistants and volunteers, and then some of the retailers were taking part in that. The art walk was throughout the summer, was spearheaded by Jesse and Jonas Lynch from Out of Town Tattoo, which we appreciate. They brought that to the promotions committee. Everybody loved it. They did a great job executing it throughout the time that it was being held. We had a sip and shop that fell along with art walk in September. Halloween fun was held with some light snow that day. Holiday promotions ran from November through December, getting people to come to Lamar's and shop. eat, that sort of thing. We also did Shop for a Cause, benefiting 3 of our local nonprofits in town. The amount raised was $400 more from last year. The Art Center received $592. The Community Theater, $827. Rejoice Church, they're called The Table. Their pantry was $957. The design committee was busy as well, looking over and improving facade grants. They are actively talking with businesses on Highway 75 and then downtown. The design committee met 8 times last year. Facade grants were given to the following businesses in town. Ace Hardware, $14,562. Brown's Cooking Stage, about a little over $3,500. Friendship Tea House, $23.98. Postal Playhouse is still working, and then Gals Construction is working on a building on Plymouth for Remax. These will provide some well-needed improvements. We are very supportive of the improvements of Highway 75 in downtown. We continue to assist with that grant program. 2 challenge grants were completed. Chris Ward received $75,000 from the state of Iowa. Nate and Clint Cass, $100,000. Open for Business winner Scott and Lisa Pegler, $28,000. They took their idea and made it a reality. They will have their paperwork turned in by the state by the end of January. Community events we're super proud of. The Chamber of Commerce sponsors Ice Cream Days and the Pioneer Village Winter Wonderland and provides the volunteer needs for Christmas in hometown Lamar's. All of these events were successful and brought people to Lamar's to eat, shop, and explore what Lamar's has to offer. In chamber information, we held 50 chamber coffees, 6 after 5s, 1 ag luncheon, ag tours with the local schools, which a lot of the Chamber of Commerces in our area do not do that, so we feel like this is a huge benefit for the children attending. And it also shows our support for our local agriculture community that makes up Lamar's. We held a lunch and learn with the Salty Ox. We provided some volunteer support to the Northwest Iowa Golf Tournament, held our chamber annual golf tournament for fundraising, worked 9 weeks and some 12-hour days out at Pioneer Village so that could be held. These events bring thousands of people to our community. During each event, we have well over 30 volunteers. Each volunteer provides about 3 hours worth of time. It's estimated that each volunteer is worth an average of $28 per hour. So, that's a lot of costs that we don't have to pay because we have volunteers doing that. And we have great people in Lamar's and in our community. We're super thankful for them to come do that and support those events. We showed our support by attending Night Out with our local police department, fire and EMS. We served breakfast at the Veterans Day breakfast held at Hy-Vee. We had an ag exhibit at the Plymouth County Fair, along with some great games of BINGO. Did some radio and TV spots to promote attending our events in the Mars. We supported Employee of the Month, Boss of the Quarter when they were rolled out. We received a grant from the city for a Main Street promotional commercial for Main Street. And the boutiques downtown, restaurants, that sort of thing, and that's been running since July of last year. It'll run through June. Chamber is continually growing and working to improve. The past 2 years have seen a large positive expansion. The mission of the Lamar's Area Chamber of Commerce is to promote economic, business, and community vitality in the greater Lamar's area. We've gained 44 new members this year and have taken on a large new event. We're focused on moving forward. We strive for this each day with a can-do attitude. I attended over 100 various meetings from January to December. I attended almost all the city council meetings if I could. I work with over 240 businesses in town to promote the economic vitality in Lamar's. We updated our bylaws, our policies and procedure, and are looking at complementing what we are going to focus on in the next year to the city's new 20-year plan. The last thing I'd like to mention is our social media is still big. We started this year with about 2,800 followers and finished with 3,300. Awareness and building positive momentum to highlight Lamar's. The feedback we have received from the surrounding area about how Lamar's is just really making an impact, and we love hearing that. I'd like to thank Jason, the mayor, and the city council for the support that we received from you. I appreciate the partnership I have with Marthwell. Together, the chamber and the city are making positive things happen, and thank you to all the businesses within the chamber here in Lamar's that understand the impact the chamber does and will continue to do. that's what I have. Any questions?
Chamber dinner is this Thursday night?
Chamber dinner, Thursday night. There's no snow, might be chilly. Thank you, I really do appreciate your support.
I would like to appreciate all you have done to move the chamber in the direction that it has gone, and all the work and time that you have put in.
Thank you, I appreciate hearing that.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Anything else for the good of the order? Otherwise, I would
Motion to adjourn.
take a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, the same. Meeting adjourned. Yeah.